Hi guys! Sabrina Meyers here from HotHospitalityExchange. Welcome to my vlog where we discover the best venues, hotels and destinations for your groups and events around the world. This is vlog number 14. In vlog number 14, I am going to talk about and vlog about my experience as an event professional on the fantastically organized Swiss Meeting Trophy. So what is the Swiss Meeting Trophy? Every year, the Switzerland convention bureaus in different countries around the world get together and create this event, and it's called the Switzerland Meeting Trophy. One that I attended this year, which was the 14th one so far, was attended by 8 different countries, from North America to the Nordics to France, Germany, Belgium, and everyone came together for this fantastic event. And they put together a really great initiative where you can discover the country and how wonderfully it works for groups and conferences and incentives and meetings and events of all types. And how they do that is that they put together a great kind of amazing race through 3 different cities or a specific part of Switzerland. Get these 8 teams to compete in different challenges against each other, win points, learn about the country, do lots of trivia questions, and at the end, the team with the most points wins the challenge. I was part of Team Germany, along with 11 other event professionals. They're all event planners, venue sourcers, anyone that is within the event professional capacity that organizes events or would consider Switzerland as an option for their conferences and their groups. So let's get started. Give you a little snapshot into what exactly we did on this trip, how wonderfully arranged it was, how much of an immersive experience this was for every event professional and organizer that took place, and at the end got such a wonderful takeaway on how Switzerland could be such a fantastic destination for any kind of conferences, events, meetings, incentives, and groups. So let's start with our route, so to speak. We were starting off flying into Zurich, and then from Zurich we made our way. For the first night we'd be in Basel, come back to Zurich the next day, and then we would make our way down to Bad Ragaz, and then all the way down, finishing the race in Pontresina, near St. Moritz. So I arrived in Zurich International Airport, which is a fantastic airport, really easy to make your way around. Got my luggage, made my way out, and I was greeted by a very lovely member of the local Swiss Convention Bureau team, as you can see right here. And then we were taken onto the very efficient and clean and wonderful Swiss trains, in first class, no less. We were having lunch on board and taking the train to Basel. And we all had a 4-day Swiss pass that allowed us to get on all modes of transportation in Switzerland. Yes, if what you're thinking of is we did have chocolate as dessert on board, because when in Switzerland, it's so good. We arrived in Basel and we were picked up by one of the Swiss convention crew guys, who then took us into the city, a nice walk to a restaurant called Ufer 7, where I was going to be meeting my fabulous team members from Team Germany, who are right now in this picture. They were fantastic, and our theme was we were the Swiss cows. So we had sunglasses, little cows, and flasks, as you can see. We had a great lunch, and then we went outside to the back to have a little strategy meeting to see exactly how we were going to win this meeting. I had no doubt we could, because everyone was so brilliant. Then we walked back to where we're going to be staying for the first night, which is the Hyperion Hotel in Basel, which you see right here. We're walking towards it. It's right next to the Congress Center of Basel, which is here. What a incredible design feature they have right here. So Very, very central, great space, great hotel, all glass, very modern, and great rooms. This is my room, so you have an idea of what the bedroom's like. Very modern, I gotta say, very, very well appointed. I was very, very comfortable and overall had a great first night. We did manage to squeeze in a little side inspection. So this hotel has 224 guest rooms in the tall tower. This is just a little snapshot of what their event space is like on level 3. They've got 8 meeting spaces that are very flexible, functional, high ceilings, natural daylight, really, really great. So here's my team, the Swiss Cows, Team Germany, and we are making our way the first evening to the CAMPARI Bar in Basel, which is right next to this very famous fountain. And we basically use the welcome reception to get to know all the other teams and introduce ourselves to each other, and to meet our mascot, Elma, the Swiss cow. Bright and early the next morning, we were off for the first day of our adventures, and we had breakfast at a very, very cool venue in Basel called the Volkshaus Basel, which has many event spaces, and you can use it for events from 50 up to 1,300 people. So that gives you a little idea on the style of the space. We had a great breakfast, and it was the official start of the Switzerland Meeting Trophy. So without going into too much detail, the teams all went on in to do various challenges in different venues around the city, collecting points and proving their worth as different countries competing. We visited lots of cool destinations, trying to guess things, tasting things, and it was really, really great experience. And one of my favorite parts of the day was actually visiting this old pharmacy museum for the University of Basel, where apparently LSD was created. Something to think about. But a great space for groups and bringing groups to do lots of different activities as well, so that was showcased in a really, really great way. Then we went through the old streets of Old Town of Basel, and one of our challenges had to do with these crazy carnival costumes, and we ended up looking like this. Then back onto the trains and heading to Zurich. We went for a sort of hour-long walk through Zurich and saw the city, little snippets of it. It was fantastic, and we ended up at this beautiful location where you could just see from a viewpoint. And then we made our way to the waterside and took a boat to our next destination, Thalwil. We got off in Thalwil, and this is what was waiting for us just across the street. The Red Arrow Churchill train, privatized just for our group, named after the legendary former British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, who traveled through Switzerland on this train. Traveling in complete luxury, we had the pleasure of having coffee and cake on this train.
Original pictures just behind the bar, black and white. Sir Winston Churchill with the cigar. Unfortunately, I have to tell you, or happily, it's not allowed to smoke on the train. Of course, he had his cigar, but in the
So the views on this train, what you see, are absolutely incredible and just exactly what you'd expect from the beautiful country of Switzerland. There were hundreds of photos taken, and I managed to get right in front and see the driver. One of the rules is you do not talk to him, but I think he's okay with being in a selfie with you. And this train took us to the gorgeous Bad Ragaz in Heidi Land. Our second night and second stop was in the beautiful Heidi Land. It is actually known as Heidi Land after the wonderful children's book Heidi. And we stayed at the Grand Resort Bad Ragaz, which is actually comprised of 2 different resorts. Together they've got about 267 bedrooms, really posh, beautifully appointed. This is a little video I took from the presidential suite where one of the challenges was taking place. And you can see just how great and large and wonderful this property is for larger groups. Any kind of incentives, conferences and meetings, it's a wonderful, wonderful option. It's also home to this very Insta-worthy swimming pool indoors, which I managed to swim in. The resort has 10 meeting spaces, of which on the second evening we had a lovely reception and a seated dinner in their largest space, which can do up to 280 people. Beautiful grounds to do all sorts of events and activities on, and it was a lovely way to catch up with the rest of the countries that were competing against each other and get a recap on who was leading the race.
All that is drinking quality water, and we have about 63,000 kilometers of rivers, and we have waterfalls, we have 7,000 lakes, so it's really, really, really a land of water. And this water, and we have the largest waterfall in Europe with the Rheinfall, and the water has something very, very special because it comes down from the mountains. It takes all the minerals and all that healthy stuff with it, so if you drink a lot of Swiss water, you become even more beautiful than you are.
Needless to say, I was drinking a lot of Swiss water on this trip. But this is their largest room, which was transformed beautifully with 2 huge long tables so that all the teams could sit down and have a wonderful dinner. We had a 3-course dinner and we had a view of the mountains, and it was immaculately set up and service was fantastic. So thank you so very much, Grand Resort Bad Ragaz. Last day and our final day of challenges, and we were up bright and early, and every team basically got 4 different cars, from cabriolets to Audis to convertibles, and we were going to be driving from Bad Ragaz to St. Moritz.
Let's go!
So we drove to St. Moritz, and on the way we stopped at some really beautiful sites, just like this one. And we made our way to Pontresina, which is where the final day of challenges took place. So we did a lot of outdoor kinds of games, obstacle courses, and it was a lot of fun, and we had a beautiful lunch with fresh cuts of meat and cheese and salad, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. After our afternoon of challenges, we ended up doing a 5-kilometer mountain bike ride up into the town of Pontresina, where the entire thing ended with an amazing pool party. Fantastic. We spent the last night at the Grand Hotel Kronenhof, which is a beautiful, beautiful hotel, and then you can see it's grand luxury. And then we made our way to our final gala dinner evening, where the winners would be announced, and it was really, really an incredible experience, something very, very unforgettable. They took us high up into the mountains, almost 3,000 meters above sea level, and it was called the Arbolets. So after a beautiful ride-up with the group, this is where it all ended. Such an incredible space. What a beautiful way to end off the Switzerland meeting trophy. High up in the mountains, having aperitif with fondue, and just getting to know each other and reconnecting with everyone before you say goodbye to Switzerland. Fantastic. I'm happy to report that Team Germany came in number 2. And the first prize went to North America, very well deserved. They played really well and they've never won it before, so congratulations. Thank you so much for joining me as I vlogged about the Swiss meeting trophy. A big thank you to Helena and the entire Switzerland Convention Bureau. All of you were fantastic. It was such a well-organized trip. Thank you for having me as part of Team Germany. For anyone else that's invited for future Swiss meeting trophies, my recommendation is go, because it's a beautiful country and it's such a wonderful way to learn all about it, because they utilize fantastic venues, hotels, as well as really showcase how easy it is to move a group from different spaces through the country by using trains, boats, ships, walking, as well as flying in and out. So thank you again. Stay tuned for the next vlog and I will catch you guys later. So you just want to subscribe here, and the next time a vlog drops, you'll know about it. Thank you so much. Bye. Till the next one.